Hi everyone, I hope that you are well. Almost that I'm fine. Actually, just like I say, I'm always excited every time that you have a new video that needs to be released on the channel. I really invite you guys to subscribe to the channel and to support us as well as much as you can by sharing the videos and pressing the like button if you really enjoyed the video. Now, today we are doing the second part about location strategy series. Now, in the very first part, as a reminder, we talk about what location strategy is all about. How is it important? What are the factors that need to be considered whenever a company would like to choose the best location for its business? Now, today we're going to be a little bit practical in terms of the methods that a company can use whenever they need to decide the decision. This is just a reminder. We use the Operation Management, Sustainability and Supply Chain Textbook by J. Ezabari Renda and Chuck Manson. Well, actually, this is the 12th edition. There's a very recent edition, which is the 14th edition that has been released. By the time we acquire it, this is the one that we'll be using. But in the meantime, this is what we are going to be using. So in this textbook, the chapter that we are looking into, you can get it already from the PSN website. You can buy the e-version or even the PDF version. Now, in this case here, we are on chapter 8, which is location strategy. Then from location strategy, as you can see, the chapter starts with a case study about FedEx. I won't take you guys through all of this, but the part that was most important was the calculation method. In the textbook, they are referred to method of evaluating location alternatives. So in this case, there are three of them. There's the very first one, which is the factor rating. The second one is the location cost volume analysis. And the third one is the center of gravity method. Now, I will make three different videos. They probably might be short videos because we will just do one exercise per video. Per method, and then we'll take it from there. So this video is mostly about the factor rating method. So the factor rating method is mostly a method that is used mostly to determine which location you will choose based on different weight or different factors. So factors, remember from the previous videos that we have discussed, we call them KSF, key success factors. Those are factors, or those are items that a company considers to be like, if I would like to relocate in this place, these are things that I would like to consider. Now, generally the factor method has 6 steps. I'm not going to take the time to go through each one of them, but they can be read in the textbook. Obviously, the very first one is to develop the KSF, which is the factors themselves. You need to assign weight. Keep in mind that when you assign those weight, it's something that is subjective. So someone might rate, for example, the availability of resources. It gives maybe out of 10, it says that one should be 5 out of 10. And then the utilities, it makes them to be 6 out of 10. So based on a real life issue that you find, you will determine it's a subjective value. Then obviously we need to develop a scale, which can be from 1 to 10 or from 1 to 100, and then you need to have the management score each location. Well, we get at this point here, you guys are still students, so you don't really have access to management. Now, most of those items here, in real life, as an operation manager, you have to identify them by yourself. You need to contact people. You need to do a market study, an environmental study, just to have such information. But for the sake of this, of the class or whatever we're doing online now, most of this information will be given. So I'm going to take an example at the end of the book. Then based on that one, that's the one that we will work on. So let's take exercise 8.5 and we will work from that one. So exercise 8.5, sorry for that. Yes, let me try to zoom in again. Yes, we're gonna centralize here. Okay, so exercise 8.5 says that Subway, it's a Subway restaurant, I think most of us know. In South Africa, unfortunately, they've closed, at least in Joburg. I'm not sure about other places, but I know in Joburg they've closed recently. So Subway restaurant, with more than 25,000 outlets in the US, is planning for a new restaurant in Buffalo, in New York. Now, there are 3 locations that are being considered. The following table gives the factors for each site. So we have what we call the factors here. The factors in this case, these are the items that the company considered to be important. They are like, if we need to go somewhere, we need to look at the space, we need to look at the cost of the facility, and cost is in plural. It can be the cost of the facility, it can be the cost of the labor as well, but all of these are included here. We need as well to look at the traffic density. Is it a place where there are many people, or is it just a place where they're just normal? And the neighborhood income. If, for example, it is a middle class business, they also want maybe a place whereby people won't struggle to buy their product. They need a place whereby almost everyone, even those that have low or high income or middle class, they can still afford. And obviously we have the zoning laws, which is about the environment and how to give back to the community and all those other factors that come in. Now, here the company is looking at three places. We have Maitland, we have the Baptist Church, and we have the Northside Mall. Now, based on the weights, these weights are adding up to 0.1. I mean, they're adding up to 1. Why? Because this is a decision that the researcher has taken, and most of the weight, and whenever you are working, they are adding up to 100%, or in this case 1. This is how in most exercise they come back. Then also we got Maitland. What does it mean? It means here that weight, based on the researcher, the space as a criteria weights more than, for example, the neighborhood income. Which means it's true, we can have people that are not necessarily our target market, but is the space big enough? And then we also have the cost. We can have a place that has maybe an average cost that we can get, but is a space enough. So that's why we call it weight. It's based on the researcher priority. So it means that the company prioritizes more space over the neighborhood income, for example. So now, just like I said, these are subjective values based on a company mission and vision. Now, these are scores between brackets. Let's take the example of Maitland. In terms of space, the company feels like out of 100, is it always out of 100? No, that depends on you as a researcher. Some other people put it out of 100, some other people put it out of 20, some other people put it out of 50. The reason why I'm saying out of 100, because I'm looking at the values here, they do not exceed 100. So I believe the rate is 100. I might be mistaken as well. So the company here just says that if we need to relocate to Maitland, the space out of 100 is just 60%. So if we just need to consider space for the Baptist Church, it's going to be 70%. If we need to consider space for the Northside Mall, it's going to be 80%. Now, if we just need to consider space, the value, the location that will have the best alternative, I mean the best weight, is going to be Northside Mall. But keep in mind that we are not just looking at space as how do we call this, as a criteria. We have all these factors combined. Now, how does one go about that? This is what we're going to be doing in this exercise. Now, let me go back to I'm going to call it factor rating method. Then in this case here, the very first thing that one does is you still need to extract the data from the book first. And in this case, we are looking at the factors first. So these are the factors, and one of the first factor is space. I think we have space, cost, and traffic density. Cost, traffic density. Then apart from that, we got the neighborhood income. And after the neighborhood income, we do have the zoning laws. Now, as I said, these are the laws that allows company to do business in those areas and everything. Now, we have the weight here. Now, by weight, we say these are the measures that between bracket a company determined they feel like it's quite important and everything based on what they have done. In this case is 0.33, 0.25, then we got 0.20, 0.15, then 0.1. Now, Based on the information that we have here, we now need to get the we also need to get the location, the values for Maitland Baptist Church and the Northway. So right now we have Maitland, and the values here are 60, 40, 100. So we have 60, 40, 50. Then after that we have 50 and 80. Then after the 50, we look now at the Baptist Church. The Baptist Church on the other side, we are looking at 70, 80, 80. So we have 70, 80, then I have another 80. 70, then 20. Then we look at the Northside Mall. The Northside Mall on the other end got the values of 80, 30, and 60. 80, 30, then we have 60. Then we have the neighborhood income, which is 40 and 90. Now, based on the information that we have here, the objective, first of all, let's look at the question. The question says, at which site should Subway open the new restaurant? So the question here is about knowing from the location that we have, and based on all the information that we have here, where do you think the company is going to choose the location? Now let me try to look on this side. The very first thing that you do is you need to calculate the weight for every area, and one of the ways to do that is always, what do? I'm going to, let's take the how do you call this? Let's start with the Maitland one. So I'm going to create some space on my table here so that I'll have to, I'm going to do something like this. Then I'll do the same thing like this. Then I'll do the same thing like this for the mall. Now, in this case, what do I do? So for the Maitland, I'm going to take a total like this. So for Maitland, you are going to take the values that has been, the rate that has been given to Maitland in terms of space times the value of the weight that we have here. Now this means I'm going to get 60 times 0.30. I'll get my value this side. Then I will do 0.25. I can take 40 times 0.25. Then I'll go to 50 times 0.25. Then I'll go to 50 again times, where am I? I'm down here. Yes, then I'll go to 50 times as 0.15. Then finally I go to 80 times 0.1. Now what I will do here is I have these values, and based on the values that I'm gonna have here, I'm gonna add them to get a total weight. Now I'm gonna merge this and call it total. Just allow me to write total like this. Doesn't sound well. Okay. Now in this case, what I do is I'm gonna get my 60 times 0.3, which gives me 18. Then here I have my 40 times 0.25, which gives me 10. Then I have my 50 times 0.25, which gives me 12.5. Then I have 15 times 0.15, which gives me 7.5. And then I will have 80 times 0.1, which gives me 8. Now based on that, I have to take the sum of all these items here. Unfortunately, trying to save a little bit some space, but it's fine. Let me just write here 18 plus 10 plus 12.5 plus 7.5 plus 8, and the value that I get. So it's 18 plus 10 plus here 12.5 plus 7. So the total is supposed to give me a value of 56, unless I'm mistaken. Sorry, unless I'm mistaken, it's 56. But let me just confirm to avoid any mistake. Yes. Then in this case we have 56. Yes. So this is the value, or this is the weight between bracket that Maitland will have should the company decide to go for it. Now we have to do exactly the same thing, and based on that we can determine which one will be more likely to go for. Then in this case, let me just copy these values here like this. Then I'm going to multiply the 70 times the weight again, because it's still the same weight, which is 0.30. To make things faster, let me do this out. No. So I have this times 0.30. Then here I'll have the times 0.25 times 0.25. Then here I will have 80 times 0.20. Then down here I will have 70 times 0.15. Then here we have 20 times 0.10. Then we'll have the values as well. So we'll still do the same thing as what we have done in the previous when it comes to Maitland. So I have 70 times 0.30, which gives me 21. Then I have 80 times 80 times 0.25, yes, which gives me 20. And then here I have 80 times 0.20, which gives me 16. Then I will have 70 times 0.15, which gives me 10.5. Then after 10.5, you add 20 times 0.10, which gives me 2. Then we still do the same thing here. I'm not going to write my value because I'm trying to maximize space. Then I will just add the total here, which gives you 21 plus 20 plus 16 plus 10.5 plus 2. You're supposed to get a value of 69.5. Please, we do apologize if sometimes you might find some errors in these values because we are doing them live. We don't necessarily have time to compare, but should we be mistaken, please feel free to leave it in the section comment and then we'll rectify. But hopefully we're trying to do our best to minimize such errors. So then we are done. What I'm going to do, let me highlight this in another color just to know at least that we are working on one location. Let me try to give this location here. We're gonna give it this color just to know at least that it is something different. Then the Baptist church is somewhere here. Then which color are we gonna take? Okay, let's try to take this one. Yeah, so this means for now these are the two locations. We have the Maitland, we have the Baptist church, and we have the Northside Mall. So let me, yes, like this. Then we still do the same thing as well for the Northside Mall. Then based on that, we are going to look at those values. Then we'll be able to decide which one is the best location. Based on this, we still consider the weight. That means we will have 80 times 0.30. Then we have 80 times 0.25. Then we have 60 times 0.20. Then we'll have 40 times 0.15. Then we'll have 40 times 0.10. Now, these are the values that we have here. And then we'll still have to calculate our values again. So if you have 80 times 0.3, you have a value of 24. Then you have 30 times 0.25, which gives you a value of 7.5. Then if we take 60 times 0.20, which gives you 12, and then you have 40 times 0.15, which gives you 6, and then you have 40 times 0.1, which gives you 4. Now, again, we still do the total of every value that we got, 24 plus 7.5 plus 12 plus 6 plus 4. And the total here should give you, we have a total here, which gives us 53.5. Now, let me get a value as well here. Let's try to get this one, yes. Okay, so based on this, this blue looks like the previous one. Let me try to get another color. Yes, at least this is a bit much better. So I'm just using colors right now to make sure that we are getting different values. Now, as you can see here, when it comes to Maitland, it got a value of 56 in terms of the rate. This one got 69 and this other one got 53.5. Now, based on this, you need to take the value of the highest value, which symbolizes the value that weighed the most. I mean, the location that weighed the most, which is the Baptist one. Why? Because it weighed the most, which means that it is the very best location to go for. Alternatively, you can still go for the Maitland, is the second best, and the last one will be the Northside Mall. Now, the reason why it is called, sorry, I wrote factor, sorry, I have factor, yeah, factor rating. The reason why it's called factor rating is because we are looking at the different factors that we have, we rate them here, and based on the value with the highest rating, this is the one that we are going to consider. Now, in a nutshell, should Subway decide to go somewhere, they'll better go to the Baptist Church. Why? Because this is the one with the highest rate. And then at the second position we have Maitland, and the first one we have the Northside. Now this is a combination of all this weight here, because if we look at them individually, just like I told you, if you look at them individually, for example, when it comes to space, Northside is best. When it comes to cost, you will probably look at the Maitland, that might be better. But when you look at the traffic, you will look at this is 50, 80. The Baptist Church is better. But as you see in life, there's not only one factor to consider. There are many factors, and in business, these are the ones that we consider, which makes the Baptist Church to be the best location. So these are most of the exercises that you will get in terms of factor rating. How you will always be given a factor. Factors will be given weight, and then based on that, you will assess in that term. So thank you very much for watching this video. I hope that it really made sense. So like I said, please subscribe and share to the channel. Also, don't forget to put just to click on the like button. You can even leave a comment to encourage us if there's something that you think we can improve in our videos as well. Thank you very much, and enjoy your